All Beans, y'all. Let's get it.
Put your hands together. Put your hands together.
Can I get a amen for everybody whose family of calling all beings? Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand? All right, party people. Welcome back to Calling All Beings. I'm your host, DJ. This is the, I guess this is our, you know what? Let me mess with some mic settings. Let me see if I got my homie Sherry Dizzle up in there. Hey, what's up, Leanne from Dean College? Class of 2000, baby. And we got some amen from my homegirl, Sherry Dizzle. Sherry, I want to do mic check here with you, if you don't mind, because I know you got it all going on like that. So let me check this. Okay, just let me mess with the setting, and then we gonna get in. Let me put some music on because I want you guys to be able to groove while we're doing this. So let's get some of this on there. There we go. I love this song. All right, let me go back to the mic settings. Check in with Sherry Dizzle. All right, here we go. Is it gonna let me? Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna unlock this. Okay, I'm going to change this setting right here. Testing. Sherry, how does this sound right here? Oh, man, there's a firmware update. I'm not going to mess with that right now. All right. Let me check in with Sherry. Hey, what's up, cat lady? And look what's up. Sarah in shock and horror. And, oh, man, look, everybody's here, man. Dennis Sweeney, Debbie Blair, Leanne from Dean College. All right, but first, okay, so right now, I've got the mic pretty far from my face. So I'm just going to do a mic check with Sherry, the mod, the legend. Oh, my goodness, Scott McGinnis. Hold up, man. This is like too much stimuli. All right, so sounds good right there. Okay, so it looks like Sherry's happy with how the mic sounds. And Itchy Withers Horse Rescue. Oh my God, Colleen, we got to talk because I grew up on a ranch. So I was riding horses from the time I was a little kid. And look who just jumped up in here. Britt Happens, who's about to launch her channel this Sunday with, yes, that's right, Nurse Kim. Can I get a amen? Can I get an amen? All right. And like I said, we got to give some love because Scott McGinnis is in the joint. Dennis Sweeney's in the joint. We talking about the legends, and those guys are going to be involved in something that we're doing. We're going to do a Canton roundtable, and I'd love to get Brenda on there. I'd like to get Rita or Jen on there because, as Dennis pointed out, and I want this to be clear to everybody who's in the chat right now, you ladies are the ones who are, hey, what's up, Kimberly McGuire? You guys are the ones that are leading this movement. There are more of you than there are of our gender. And just like in yoga, when I went into yoga, you show up at a yoga studio. The first yoga teachers meeting I showed up at is like, guess what? There's a whole bunch of women there and me. Women are running the joint. And what's up, Miss Jessica Ambezy, our other mod? She's going to be on the round table this weekend. So anyway, Britt is going to be co-hosting that round table. So I know you got an amen for that. So let me turn the music down because by now y'all are probably annoyed. That was for just a little background business. Tell me how it sounds now. Is the music low? Sarah in shock and horror, who's I got to speak with yesterday. And look who's there. Julie Farrell from Indiana. Hello, Julie. Good evening, love. So the cat ladies here. Man, y'all just making my night. We also got to do a shout out to my homie Beatrice. Beatrice got sore throat. She sick. She got a cough, but she's so gangster that she won't not go to work, and she's still teaching like her Zumba classes and everything because Beatrice is gangster like that. So anyway, and there she is, Deborah. What's up, Holmes? What's up, Holmes? That's my special greeting for Deborah Holmes. Only her from Franklin, Mass. That's what's up. All right, so Scotty's going to be in court tomorrow. And yeah, so Scott and Dennis, I got to get a date for this. It's probably going to be right after Christmas, I would guess, and perhaps right before our meal of food in Dedham that we're having. But yeah, I expect Scott, Dennis, Tom CPU, John Como, he of the manly chest. And then I'm going to ask Dennis if his wife would like to come on, Miss Brenda, maybe Jen, maybe Rita, whomever they want to come on. Yes, Krusty Court. This is it's Stoughton District Court. These guys are so gangster. All right. So what my homegirl is saying right here, Sherry Dizzle, is red question mark if you want your what's Rita's not in here, is she? Britt, don't tell me Rita's in here. I'm gonna have a heart attack if she's in here. Wait, I just mixed Chicago and Boston. So but yeah, I would love to have Rita on, but that'll be up to Dennis and Scott and Tom, whomever they invite and are willing to come for a Canton roundtable. All right. No, sir. She isn't here, just requesting Rita. I know. Yeah, me too, right? I mean, the legend. All right. So let's get into it and talk about Dr. Marie Russell. I heard DJ, cool DJ, thank you, homie. So the object of tonight is to have a dialogue with you guys, not for me to talk at you. So I'll bring up a couple of talking points, and then you guys can just take over and just run the joint, and just talk about what aspects that you like. I was particularly intrigued with what. Thank you, Britt. I was particularly intrigued with what Melanie had to say. As usual, some very, very salient points regarding Dr. Marie Russell, and in some cases in comparison to some of the other prosecution witnesses. And one of the interesting points she made is that in Hank's motion, he's talking about that she doesn't, I want to say is veterinary or canine sort of orthodontistry or something like that. Forgive me, forensic. I'm trying to think of the name that he called it. But basically, hello, Melanie Lewis. Welcome, ma'am. It was some sort of an expertise in essentially the teeth of dogs. And she said, well, gee, when someone gets bit by a dog, do they go to the veterinarian and say, hey, what do you think about the bites on my arm? Actually, they don't. I know Melanie's just she's on a very, very high level, brilliant person. I would say woman, but it really doesn't matter if she's a woman or a man. She's just a brilliant person. So anyway, so it's so true that Dr. Marie Russell, and like one of the things they talk about, that she paid her own way, and that she contacted the defense and said, I may be able to be of some help. And on odontology, thank you. Thank you, Kimberly, because it's not a sort of arm of medical practice that I've heard used, especially in layperson talk. Oh, Christina Rasmussen. And Shock and Horror says, Melanie's a badass boss lady, proud to mod for her. 100%. I was speaking with Sarah last night, and you just can't say enough about Melanie Little. She's just amazing. And let's see what Jess has to say. I went to the vet first with Hades because we were both attacked. Also volunteer Hades for an in-court presentation of bite work. Oh boy, I'll tell you what. See, maybe you could stick her on Jen McCabe. What else here? So Scott has said forensic or ordontics. Thank you. Not an exact scientist in use in trials anymore. Yeah, I mean that would make sense. And you know, I don't think that Chloe's alive to bring to trial. And as they said, using Vermont as the template, that the judge couldn't order Chloe brought to trial. So, and certainly, that the Albert family would not give up that information. Thank you, Britt. Britt stopped in. She's at work. She's at work, mate. I try to hop back on after I leave and after I'm done running me errands. Muchos love to you all. I think that's Spanish. So, and Christina says, yeah, I mean, we could literally probably do a half hour and just run out of superlatives from our collective vocabulary about Melanie Little, as you see here. So here we got from Sherry D. Dr. Russell, I believe, contacted the DA office in LA, which in turn linked her to Alan Jackson. Really interesting. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you. You're so smart. Let's see what else we got. Let's see those instruments, Britt. Hell yeah. I know. Maybe we can get Britt to play on the round table this weekend. Because we love Melanie. Yeah, there is her YouTube right there. I wish we could pin it to the top, but we're just not that smart. Hey, Tazo Reliable Factual Channel. Okay, Tazo Reliable. Unfamiliar with that one. And Sarah says, everyone drink water or otherwise every time our friend DJ switches up his accent. I was working on my Scottish. I just need a tweet to read. I was working on my Scottish last day or two. Sherry. So, yeah, Debbie is co-opting what you said there, Sherry. Yes, Wicked Smon. Hi, yes, still working for a living. Toodaloo at Tally-Ho and FreeKarenRead. She's throwing in some Britty. She's very, very witty, Brit. I mean, her channel is going to be so successful because it's kind of one of the things it takes is to be witty and think on your feet and be able to react to all these things. And Brit has that. So, all right. So let's get back to, just wanted to clarify, as I believe DJ initially said, Dr. Russell. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Sherry D. So I just want to point out that when they try to paint Dr. Russell in a certain light, we all go back to our roots. Like I go back to my root. Hello, Lulubelle. No, they don't. All right, I'll try to do my Scottish like Andy McGrillen, but I just got to get in that headspace. I need something to read. I could try to read it and see if I can do it. Maybe I'll bring up Olivia's tweets from today and see if I could do it. Anyway, so I think, people go back to their roots, and you're always like all of you, even if you were to leave Massachusetts today, if we were to take Dennis and Scott, and Tom, and they were to move to another state, like Arizona or something like that, where Mark went to school, you would still have... Thank you, Sarah. You guys are so funny. I'm not sure who's entertaining you here, but I feel like just getting news from Scott. This is breaking. Just getting news that Kate Peter event tomorrow rescheduled. Her attorney withdrew, trying to confirm. Wow. I mean, who wouldn't want to defend her? Because she's just such a nice, likable, honest, and caring individual. Thank you, Scott, as always. So the point I was trying to make there, though, was if you were to take Dennis and Scott and Tom CPU and you were to transplant them to like Sedona, and they lived in this kind of really nice earthy area of Sedona, you wouldn't be able to remove the Massachusetts from these guys. What they have, what they grew up with, what they're imbued with, it's always going to be there. And I would submit to you that with Dr. Russell, it's the same. And when Dr. Russell says that she was a Boston police officer for 5 years, no one's even mentioning that. No one's even mentioning that. So everybody's not really, they're really more clued in on Kate Peter rather than the dialogue. So, and thank you for being a member, Dennis, Mindy. And this is from Terry Robbins. We're going to put this up here because we love Terry Robbins. She's our legend. Hi, Sharon. Sharon Crates. How are you, ma'am? Oh, wow. Terry Robbins says, a legend in my own mind or yours, because I called her a legend, which she is. She's busy, a couple of weeks coming. She does something for homeless veterans. What an amazing lady. What an amazing lady. Yeah, I need to. Yeah, I'm not worried if she answers me right away. She's just an amazing human being. I'm bringing her a gift when I come there in January. So, okay. All right, so let me catch up with your stuff. So, that was Sharon, whom we've greeted. And let's see. Sharon says, hi, Sarah, Shock, and Huara, and Scott. Yeah, they're legends, aren't they? And Melanie Lewis says, I just want Krusty Herring to move forward, for God's sakes. I know. Yeah, who knows what she's getting into. And look who's here from Nottingham, England. Ken Hathaway. Welcome, Ken. It's good to have you, brother man. I just called England today talking to Vinnie Adams and trying to find out, and just excuse me for this slight digression, my friends, but I called Vinnie Adams, who's up in Sheffield, although he's from Stratford-upon-Avon. That town should resonate with all of you, and if it doesn't, it definitely resonates with Julie and Ken. But Vinnie was talking about the UFOs that spent significant amount of times buzzing RAF Lakenheath and my former duty station, RAF Mildenhall, which is about 4 or 5 miles down the road, and they were hovering there like all night long, like orb-type objects. So, the government is busy trying to explain away that one. Chinese drones, right? Everything is Chinese drones. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we got someone to get rid of. There we go. Good. We were just able to get rid of somebody. That's cool. Heisenberg came back and got their ass kicked out of here for the troubles. Peace. Show's trash. That's really funny. The show's trash, but you bothered to click on it. So thank you for the traffic, whoever you aren't. All right. So Terry working with homeless vets too. Yeah, as does Miss Jessica. That is one of her passion projects. So I'll get some more details on that, Jess, when I get to speak with Terry. I'll just tell her. If you'll excuse me for a second, I'm just going to tell the legend that I'm on air right now. All right. Thank you for the time away there. Let's see. The delays are ridiculous with KP. That's okay. What did Martin Luther King say? The arc of justice is long, but no, wait. Let me see. How does it go? Somebody help me out. Oh boy, I'm trying to think of the arc of something is long, but it bends toward justice. So you guys will have to help me out with that one. And look who's here, Amber. Hello, Amber. What's up, Holmes? I just want the truth out on Krusty, and then maybe she'll go away. Well, she certainly will. She certainly will when she gets busted for something. So there it is. Heisenberg was removed, and Heisenberg's probably either Jen McCabe or one of her friends or someone that's friends with Krusty or Gaetani or one of those folks. So that's awesome. So yeah, the orbs. Have you seen orbs, Christina? Have you been outside and seen these orbs? because I can tell you that the Bigfoot folks, there are so many of them that they're out in these very remote places camping or doing these night hikes for Bigfoot, and they're seeing orbs associated with sounds of Bigfoot, tree knocks, and all that. I don't know what the correlation is. Richie Schiffer, Ducky Gate, next date on Monday, December 9th at Stoughton. We got applause right there for that. Man, I hope that they let Richie go on this one because peace out, girls. You're damn right. Goodbye, Heisenbizzle. But yeah, I really hope that Richie is able to extricate himself from this because it's so absurd. And I'm curious what a judge will say because, to my knowledge, I don't know that anybody's been heard from Duckygate yet. So I don't know if they're going to be able to close the loop on the and if you guys see mods, if you see like somebody like Heisenberg or someone in there post some crap, just don't put them in timeout, just kick them out. Just they're gone forever. So we're not doing second chances here. So Ken, I am well, sir. My voice probably won't be well when I'm done with this because I don't have a co-host tonight, but yes, and we are glad that you're here, Amber. I know that I want to say that we've chatted on the comments section of YouTube on replay, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. I like spinning orbs. Uh-oh. I want to hear about that, man. Justice for Rick. Yeah. I mean, this is so absurd. It's beyond absurd. So it's going to be very interesting to see. It's going to be very interesting to see if the judge just laughs this off. I don't know how the judge is going to take this and the reason I bring that up is because at some point they're going to have to. Thank you, Grandma. I'm going to read that in a second. At some point they're going to have to show the duck, right? This is courtesy of Suzanne Cleveland. If you know, you know. Tell me if that's coming through correctly there. If you know, you know. And at some point, they're going to either have to show the duck or describe the duck. And you got to think that the judge is just going to laugh. But you never know because there are a lot of corrupt people here, and they may want to carry water for the DA, for Meatball Morrissey. Salt, and please pass the pepper. Did I see her? I didn't see please pass the pepper if I missed her. But if you're here, hello, please pass the pepper. Okay, so thank you so much. The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. Martin Luther King Jr. Thank you so much. He's one of my heroes. I don't have a whole long list of heroes, but one of them would be like Neil Armstrong because of some of the things that happened in Apollo 11. And now I'm thinking to add Jim Lovell to that after seeing that recent Netflix documentary. Martin Luther King is one of them. So I don't have too many heroes, but those are two of them. Please pass the pepper is there. Hello. Okay, Ken Hathaway, DJ, would you kindly wish my in-laws a happy anniversary? They've been 60 years. Peter and Mary, my father-in-law is a former Royal Green Jackets. Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. Let me get ready for this. All right. Let's see. So these are okay. So this is Ken's wife's parents, Peter and Mary. This is DJ from the United States saying one love. I've got a British salute for you. Let me close my finger there so I don't look like a total idiot. And thank you very much. And happy anniversary for 60 years, baby. Put those together for Peter and Mary in the United Kingdom. Happy anniversary, folks. I wish you many more. What else we got here? Please pass the pepper. President accounted for. There we go. So what are you guys thinking about? Whoa, Mark Cunningham. I think you came in. Mark, I think you came in a past episode, right? I think you were in on a past episode. What year were you? And welcome. It's amazing to see another Dino. Oh my goodness! Look who just came in the studio. It's Hera. Oh boy, Hera's made her nightly appearance. I'm gonna move my energy drink so that she doesn't lay waste to it. But anyway, yeah, Mark, let me know when you graduated, and let's see. Yeah, well, I hope to see you guys because I'll let you know when I'm coming back to Dean. Definitely in October, but presumably before that. Donna Edwards is here. What's up, kids? You better be older than me, Donna. If you're saying kids, you better be older than 57. Yeah, those are great heroes. I mean, there's more. I just really would need to sit and think about it. But yeah, 60 years, right? 60 years. Here's another one. There we go. 60 wedding anniversary to Ken's in-laws. Can I get an amen? Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. Thank you for coming in. Okay, so 2004. Yeah, I look forward to meeting you there, Mark, because I'll let you know when I'm coming back so we can all meet up at campus. So we'll get Leanne Bravo there. Not Hera. You're not going, girlfriend. We'll get Boozy and Esty and Terry. And yeah, hopefully we could have just a meetup on campus and next time I'm there, if I get to come there prior to homecoming, but definitely for homecoming. Let's see what else we got. 59. Oh, okay. All right. So you got me by 2 years, Donna. All right. I'm a kid. I'll take it. That definitely is going to be fun. We're going to do the damn thing. And Leanne, I think I'm going to see you. Well, actually, both Leanne and Mark, you guys are in Massachusetts. So if you want to come to January 12th to the Tavern on the Square in Dedham, 6:30 p.m. or 18:30 for you military folks, and just grab a table. Get yourself a table, and we'll be there and hang out. So January 12th, it's pretty soon. So come hang out. All right, we got to get back to the trial. Otherwise, Scott is going to put me in timeout. I feel like Scott or Dennis is going to put me in timeout. So, or Hera, because right now Hera's got my arm. There she is. There's little Hera. Okay. Okay, so Leanne's going to be there. All right, yes, ma'am. All right, so let's get back to it. What do you guys think about the Marie Russell thing? Yes, Scott is going to put me in timeout. But I mean, when we think about it, there was already a voir dire on Dr. Russell, and I don't know why Hank would ask that. And as Melanie pointed out adroitly, some of the issues that were raised, if that door is opened, then that would also open the door for that expert that was on with Melanie. The canine, the guy who was a canine police officer, and now is like an expert that works exclusively like with police dogs, and is very familiar with all the sort of behaviors of these dogs. So if you open that door, what if you get a guy like that in there? I would find him very credible. Garrett Wing, thank you. I don't know what I would do without you guys and your encyclopedic knowledge. There it is. Thank you. My wife's parents are now 60 years. Her grandparents were 60 years. Wow. Jeez, that is amazing. Wow, what a family. How much love. That is beautiful. All right, so here's the thing with this, Leanne. The thing about the standout is that depending upon what time I arrive going to pick up Britt, and if we can make it to the standout, because she's going to land around 11 something. So with that, I don't know how late you guys stand out, because obviously it gets dark at like 3:30. So if I can get her from Boston and we can make it to Dedham, then we would have to come back to Boston where the hotel is. That was an oversight on our part. And then we would have to come back to Dedham for dinner. but you and I can have a phone call about this and figure it out. All right, Dennis Sweeney, think a finger push selected a wrong function. I don't know how to explain. All right. Garrett Wing, thank you. It's insane. She was already deemed qualified. She didn't lose consent. Yeah, this is a moot point. I hate to say that, and Melanie says this is BS. I hate to say that it's really stupid because there may be a tactic that he's employing here that we just don't know what it is. There may be a purpose behind what he's doing. Ill-fated as it might be, there may be a purpose. Oh, somebody just gave 10 pounds. So let me bring that up. Christine Mitchell's back. Christine, you're also you're from Manchester. Thank you. So DJ, it's a fishing expedition. They are desperate. Yeah, now I got Harris tail in my face. Most certainly, Christine, this is first of all, thank you for 10 pounds. Namaste. Certainly it's a fishing expedition, but you wonder if they're trying to do something else, if it's more draining Karen of money. You would think that Hank would have said not Hank. Mike Morrissey would have said, or Meatballs, we like to call him, would have said, please drain her of as much money as you possibly can. Do whatever you can just to have her have to bring lawyers to court and spend money. You would hate to think that somebody's that disgusting, but these people are that disgusting. They're like people you would just like kick them out of your house. All right, let's get back to here. So this fishing expedition. Admiral Hyman Rickover was a genius. Yeah, interesting there. Admiral Hyman Rickover was the admiral who had Jimmy Carter. Former President Carter was in the nuke program, but that was when Admiral Rickover hand-selected each person in a very young nuclear program, and a young naval officer named James Earl Carter Jr. was one of the ones selected. Scott, and when you look at some of the, just to come back to this real quick in a quick digression, when you look at some of the negotiations that President Carter did in post his career, after he was already many, many years out of the White House and retired, and did different negotiations as an emissary on behalf of the United States, along with Colin Powell, if you remember in Haiti, he and Colin Powell, pretty amazing guys. So you people know Bev does what she wants. Yeah, absolutely. Bev is one. Melanie used to talk about this all along, and Sarah, you're gonna have to remind me, but Melanie used to repeat a phrase that Bev used to say all the time when there was a decision point, and she would say something like, I alone get to decide, or something like that. So let me know if I got that. Sherry, you are so on point. Is there oh my God. Remind me what that was that she used to say. She used to imitate Bev saying, I alone make the decision, or it's my decision to make, something analogous therein. I can't remember what it was. Came in hot with the dono. Yeah, thank you so much, Christine Mitchell. I really do appreciate it. You guys have been incredibly generous this month, and I can't thank you enough for it. So we gonna find some donations for that. One thing I'm trying to do, though, I want to save up for is to get a Rodecaster. It's kind of like this little box. It's about the size of a 13-inch laptop. And from what Mike tells me, from my friend Mike Crawford tells me, with these Rodecasters, I can take phone calls, because that's how he's able to take calls. So I'm thinking about maybe saving up funds from the show, or a portion of the funds for the show, towards buying that piece of equipment so that we can take calls. Because obviously we would want to have you, if you can't come on air in a roundtable, which obviously we're going to have a roundtable this weekend, and we'll do another listener roundtable, we'd at least want you to be able to call in. And I've yet to be able to make it work with a software that I have that's supposed to make it work. aka the cat lady. Most times, I'm happy to live in Chicago. Maybe I could do that accent. Most times, I'm happy to live in Chicago, but there are times that I wish I could move to Boston and hang out with everyone. Alas, disability doesn't give enough money to travel. Yeah, love. That is, I mean, there are people that I would want to fly there for this, and you would be one of them. You would be one of them that I would want to be able to do that for. So I'm glad that we have an electronic medium so that you could come in here and join us, because before that we didn't have that. We didn't have technology like this to be able to get together with people from afar. That's one of the amazing things about today. Although I don't wish that I went to high school now. I'm happy I went in the 1980s. It's beautiful that we can get together through these electronic mediums. That was not a dog. That was Hera, my cat. Hera, the little black panther. Best book, Hyman Rickover, and one more, The Never-Ending Challenge of Engineering. Admiral H.G. Rickover in his own words. Yeah, that sounds damn good. Another military genius. Hello to Karma Dharma. What's up? Oh, that must be a fellow yogi. Hello, Karma Dharma. I think we got another. Oh my God, you guys are okay. So, Shauna Mandolin Win, thank you so much for the super sticker. Namaste. I really appreciate that. The cat lady. Very grateful for the work you're doing. You always cheer me up, and it's much needed during the holidays. Lots of anxiety around the case too. Thank you, cat lady. Yeah, we're all feeling it. And that's kind of what the space is meant to be about, is that we can get together and just talk about what you guys want to talk about. And that's why I want to get the phone call so you can call in. I want to do the round table. So if you want to come on the round table, you're welcome. The next one we're doing, I'll book that and you can be on there, as can Shauna. And oh my God, my new friend Shock and Hara. Thank you, Sarah. It was such a pleasure speaking with you yesterday. Thank you for your time. Dr. Marie Russell is another boss lady, like the aforementioned Melanie Little. Questioning her credibility is beyond insulting and, in my opinion, goes to show how much she intimidates the Commonwealth, Hank, and company. Need to sit all the way down. Oh, I think she means him. So, Sarah, you're so witty, and I think that is why Melanie demands you to be her mod, because you're so incredibly witty and funny. So I'm looking forward to seeing you as well. So now we're going to see Leanne there. We've invited Mark and whomever else is close by that wants to come to Dedham. We will see you there January 12th, Tavern on the Square in Dedham, 18:30 for you military, 6:30 for civilians. And please book a table or something, or sit at the bar. We're all going to gather together. Just when I'm munching on my burger, I might be standing next to a table. Or I'll bring my burger to the bar and eat with you. I don't care. I just was only allowed to book 2 tables. That was my limfac, as we like to say in the military. Okay, let's come back to the chat here. Right now I'm on Stad. Thank you so much for all these generous $10 and $10 and $5. You guys are amazing. Thank you very much. Mark Cunningham saying, "What's up, Scott McGinnis?" Mark, do you have a good Massachusetts accent? Can you hit me with it? I'll allow it. No, there's another one, Jules. There's another one. Bev says she's the gatekeeper. She most certainly is, Mama Bug. All right, Sarah, you're going to have to come in here with the big rescue. There was something from during trial that Melanie used to make fun of Bev for saying that was something like, it's my decision to make, something like that. Okay, here's Christine. They're just draining money out of Karen. Yeah, that's kind of what I think, but I could be wrong. I'm trying to guess at what the hell they're doing. Going to YouTube, X keeps, but yes, we want you on YouTube, Christine. By the way, there are 138 of you watching right now. If you would be kind enough I have two things. It would be really cool if you subscribed because I'm at 6,600. I'd like to get to 7,000. That would be kind of dope. And if you could hit the like button. If you don't want to subscribe, that's perfectly fine. I love you whether you subscribe or not, just because you're coming here and engaging with us. That's really all that matters. Happy heart, happy heart, happy heart, star, star. Yeah, that's Sherry D, all right. Mama Bug, I love that name. And Shauna's she's got some music there. I can't see the middle one because I don't have my glasses. So we have music, hearts, heart emojis around the smiley face, a hug, and a star. Awesome. What a great space you got here. And there she is on YouTube with a different name, Nina Rasmussen. She's a star. She is a star. Okay, so Mark Cunningham, not much. I'm on 2 channels at once here, bouncing back and forth. Thank you very much, Scott, for being part of it. You are a legend. My quota. And Amber says we have to do calls at social change warriors too. I think that an awesome way to give the community another way of purpose. Yeah, tell me what you mean by that, Amber. If you could explain that out in terms of we have to do calls at social change warriors too. If you could explain that out so I can understand, I'd like to respond to that. So I'm going to star that one and we'll come back to it. I just don't understand exactly what that means. DJ, I would give you you don't need to give me anything. I'm blessed that you're here. It's late right now in the UK. Let me see. It's right now it's 17. So yeah, it's 5 and so yeah, it's midnight 42 right there, I think, in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you. You're very, very kind and generous, but you don't have to give anything. You're the whole silver dollar. Hell yes, she is. Now to engage with listener. Nice to engage with listeners gives the host, DJ, a throat break. Yes, thank you. And the cat lady. Yes, and I respond to this one. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're trying to just have kind of a positive place to come and hang out. This is the Canton corrupt investigation. Yes, absolutely. We did the music episode where we had Free Karen readers on talking about their favorite bands, their favorite singers. If you guys want another episode like that, where we talk about everyone, we have people on from our movement. You could be a fan, you could be a content creator, whatever. It was mostly content creators, except Suzanne was there, Suzanne Cleveland. And we talked about everyone's favorite singer, band, all that kind of stuff. So if you guys want another episode like that to just kind of smile, we can do that. I don't know who she's saying is a boss, but I'm going to tell you, all of y'all are bosses because you ladies are leading this movement. I'm borrowing that from Dennis, but you guys are leading this movement. You really are. Yes, ma'am. I thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Julie. I agree with you. Hi, love. Hope you're well. Awesome. And you have the coolest name, that Latin name, in that legal term, sua sponte. I always see you on Melanie's channel, and thank you, Sue, for coming in here. I dig it. We haven't seen Valhalla Law. I wonder how she's doing. Yeah, so Nina Rasmussen will be on the round table on Sunday. Sarah Shakanhara will be there on Sunday. She will be on the round table. Dr. Jones will be there. And let's see, Britt will be there. Who am I missing? Oh, Miss Jessica NB, our chat moderator, will be there. So it's going to be dope. It's going to be very dope. Yes, I also hope we'll do it again soon. Thanks, Sarah. And I believe Judge Cannoni is intimidated by Dr. Russell as well. Sarah, that's a really interesting thought. You guys are smarter than I am, so who the hell am I to say no? You're probably right. Yeah, Britt Happen, so excited for her channel. It's going to happen Sunday. Nurse Kim, the star, the legend, is going to be on there. She is the, I don't put it like her and Melanie are kind of like, I think, the best, represent the best of us that we all aspire to be. Their misogyny has no bounds. And Amber says, I love this chat. It is a good environment, ma'am. That's what we're looking to create. I'm sure I'm there, 1830 out. That's right. I forgot. You're going to be there too. All right. Oh, my colleague just messaged me. And is Britt back? I don't know if she's back. And so, yeah, these ladies are pretty much in agreement. They believe that. So that's interesting. Sarah and Sherry, would you like to expound upon? I'm gonna answer that in a second, Scott. Let me put this in here. Okay. 12. Let me put some in the chat for you guys. Okay. All right. That's for Scott. I would love to hear Sarah and Sherry expound upon why they believe. And I'm not challenging your theory, but I'd love to hear why you think that Judge Bev is intimidated by her. It's very interesting. I'd love to hear it. Sua Spanta, hola, bonjour, and welcome in. Welcome in. That kind of sounds like the German is like willkommen, right? Oh, misogyny rampant in Kenton. Really interesting. Are you from there, Amber? And it's okay if you're using a different name. All real men. Hi, Mike. How are you, Mike? Welcome. Thank you. So you must be a medical provider as well. So welcome, bienvenidos, or in Portuguese, bem-vindas. All real medical providers know what's up. John was a workable arrest. If you know, you know. Wow. Mike, so do you mean by that John was savable? Had they called 911, do you believe that he would have been saved and not, had any sort of long-term effects other than obviously an obvious concussion? Give us your thoughts on that, please. And there's Shauna saying hello to Amber. And so, Scott, I think you saw that I put 6:30 p.m., 12 January, Dedham, Massachusetts, Tavern on the Square. Book a table, grab a seat at the bar, and we're going to come hang out with you. And hello, Michael. I'm sorry I'm so far behind you guys. And hello, Sua Spante. And yeah, and it's awesome to have you here. I know you've been here a couple of times. But I just think your name is just so cool in here. Are you a legal person, or did you just adopt that? But not, that somebody's better or not better if they're a legal person. But it's always interesting to know. I'm in shock and horror. You don't call me. Okay. Everybody wants to talk to Sarah, man. She's very witty and funny. A couple mods there, expert mods. Beg says, I alone have power to decide. Thank you, Ruby C. Oh, my God. I mean, anybody would say that. I mean, are you a little bit narcissistic? Oh, my God. And drunk with power bestowed upon you. Something like that. Yeah, it's... Yes. Thank you guys for making me laugh so hard. That checks. Thank you. Chicago accent wasn't bad. I think of the Bears, and you'll be close. The Bears. I can talk like the Bears there, cat lady. I know what I'm talking about. I like my sausages on the grill before the game and after the game, and then have a couple beers to wash it down. You know what I'm talking about there? So anyway, let me know. It's not just I'll allow it. There's more. You guys got to go back and check Melanie Little, because Melanie Little had some fun with Judge Bev on imitating something that she said enough. Oh my goodness. So many judgy statements by the yeah, for sure. Like, done. Okay, you got it written down in that. Man, I hope so, Scott. I'm gonna call you this weekend. We're gonna talk, make sure everything's straight. Yeah, last time I talked to Scott was like right after the dinner, right after the gala, and we had a great. I mean, we had a good about an hour and 45-minute conversation. It definitely did damage to my workout, but I didn't care because I just got to talk to Scott. So that was all good. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you would like to subscribe, that would be amazing. And look at Julie. Thumbs up, you ungrateful bastard. You know what I told Sherry is the mods are so much smarter than me. And I think that's the key, is you got to have, well, in Melanie's case, difficult to do, but yeah, the mods are so much smarter and wittier than I am, and it just makes my job a lot easier. Please, everyone, join us on Sunday with DJ. I say, everyone, please join us on Sunday with Christina and the rest, Christina and Miss Jessica and Dr. Jones, Sarah Shakinwara, and Britt Happens will be moderating with me, but who knows? Maybe she'll even be a panelist. Britt alone can decide. DJ, Judge Bev would say, no, I'll let him have it. Yeah, that's true, but that wasn't it, though. I promise you. Now we're going to have to go into like the deep files of Melanie Little back in June and July. No, June, because the trial was over July 1st. So we're going to have to go back into the annals of Melanie Little's lives in June, and it will be there. So that could be my homework assignment. We do love y'all. And more of people just saying hello to one another, which is great. Hello, Amber KR from the legendary Scott McGinnis. Sua Sponte, how many days are we waiting for the SJC? So let's talk about this one. If anybody knows, I see what you. Oh, okay, Amber. Give me a second to get to that, because we can promo that. Give me a second to get to that. I dig it. Okay. Okay, so the SJC, is this the next round of motions? So clue me in on what that, because I get so many confused because there's so many motions. Clue me in, and since Scott is here, I know he's tracking this hard. What is going to be the next proceeding regarding Karen Read's case? And because we got it, between Karen Read and Turtle Boy, what is going to be happening at the SJC? That's what Sua Sponte is asking. Okay, Amber KR, Social Change Warriors is another YouTube channel with me and Kat. Wow, that is really cool. First of all, which cat are we looking at here? Is she in the chat? Second of all, would you please put the link for your YouTube here? And if you can send it to me, I will put it in the show notes of the podcast, and I will come and watch you. In fact, maybe I can, while you're here, I'm going to subscribe. So give me a hot second, if you would, so I can. Social Change Warriors. Okay. I'm going to search it. But this is the kind of stuff we got to do for our friends on here so that we can engage. Social Change Warriors. There we go. Okay. Oh, I'm already subscribed. It is at Social Change Warriors on YouTube. Yes, I'm subscribed already. There we go. So I can go ahead and put this in the chat. There we go. Okay. Okay, so there is Social Change Warriors. And yeah, I would love to engage with you at some point. That would be dope. Yeah, I don't know if we've spoken or not, but yeah, let's connect on Twitter and let's engage. Okay, let me turn off YouTube and Twitter. Okay, so there you go. And I can put you in the show notes as well. Okay. So here we are. Sunday, December 8th, 7 p.m. Join Brit Happens DJ, welcoming Christina Rasmussen, Sarah Shock and Horror. I still feel like I'm not saying that right. Miss Jessica and B. Dr. Jones. Hello, Dr. Jones. Welcome. In the Karen Read Listener Roundtable, the inaugural. Okay, does anyone remember the date that the appeal was before the SJC? Oh my God! Please, if you can help with that, Mizzy in hizzy, like Thin Lizzy. Welcome, Mizzy. How are you, ma'am? I just saw that Microdots did a incredible, weirding, freaky Sandra Birchmore video. Wow. That guy is so talented. I missed him at the Halloween party, sadly, but I definitely want to meet Richie. And more love for Sandra Birchmore. Let us know, Mizzy, if you've got any news in the case, please let us know. I'm probably way behind you guys. Okay. Nina says SJC goes on vacation here on Friday. I believe it will be back 2012. I hope we get a decision this week. Look at Nina all over it like gravy on rice. Everybody got love for Mizzy and the Hizzy. 1, 2, 3, and to the foe. I sound like Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. And thank you, Nina, for helping out Sua Sponte. Yes, we got that one in. Okay, and there's the link for the round table on the 8th. That will be Sunday, 7 p.m. And more love from Mizzy and the Hizzy, the warrior for Sandra Birchmore. Warrior, carrying that sword. Don't get in this woman's way, because she will cut you down like Uhtred of Bebenberg. Cut you down. The women in this movement have the biggest cajon. You are not kidding. We alluded to that earlier. And so I think it's worth mentioning again. You women are leading this movement. All these movements. We, the men, are following you. Now, granted, we have a figurehead in Turtle Boy, who started all of this. Turtle Boy started, for essentially, he brought it to everyone's attention. So, but beyond him, you women are leading this movement. And as I said, kind of picture, I don't have like this major ego or anything anyway. But even in, these times when I'm sitting there and engaging in combat sports every week in jiu-jitsu, and I was a brand new young yoga teacher, and you show up at the yoga studio and there's a bunch of strong, powerful women there who believe deeply in the healing of the heart, healing of the body, healing of the mind aspect of yoga. And you figure out very quickly as a man that you better get in line behind these ladies and follow, because we are not leading in yoga in the United States, folks. Maybe in India, it's probably different based on what I know. In India, there are a lot of the yogis are men, but in the United States, women are leading yoga. And so I learned very quickly, not that I would have been opposed to it anyway. I'm not that kind of a dude that has, is going to come in with all this, tough guy masculine energy into a yoga studio, or you're kind of missing the point. But women are leading it. And so it is the same here in this movement. So, yes. Oh, that's going to happen, Nina. That's a done deal. So I am way behind you guys, so I'm going to have to try to catch up. Do you think a decision will be made in reference to the murder charge? Okay, so that one, oh, now I know what you're talking about, Sua Sponte. Now I know you were talking about the motion of whether count 1 and count 3 were going to be dismissed and that we were going to be going with count 2 of manslaughter. That's what you were talking about. Please respond if I've gotten that wrong. Now, I'm sorry, we're going to have to stitch back because I'm so far behind you guys because your dialogue is very dynamic. I feel Bev is intimidated, and this from Sarah Shakinwara. I feel like Bev is intimidated by anyone who knows the truth and refuses to bow down to Massachusetts. Credit to Scott M. for that term, and Dr. Russell's credentials speak for themselves. Okay, so that's interesting. So you feel like that's really interesting. I think the context that you're coming from, and Sherry, feel free to chime in on this if your perspective alters or is exactly the same as Sarah. But I think what you're saying is that, like Alan Jackson, is that the analogy you're using? Like Alan Jackson should come in there and bow to the court of Massachusetts, the supreme judicial body on planet Earth. I think that's what you're saying there, Shara. Tell me if that's right. And Amber says JOK had a chance even at 6 a.m. Well, you guys would know. I mean, Amber, are you a medical professional? Let me know, because you might know something. Let's see. There's a better dance-off at this meet. There better be. If there's going to be a dance-off, then I would say it's going to have to be SD and Boozy unless we have any more dance majors there. But I've not seen Boozy, but I saw SD dance at the Halloween party, and the girl can dance. And she's got boundless. She's not running out of energy anytime soon. So, I mean, I dance pretty well, but I don't know if, especially without alcohol, because I don't think I'll be drinking because I'm going to drive. I don't know if I'm going to have the guts to go and dance in front of this crew sober. But thank you for posing that. Great job with Richie from Microdots. Can't wait to see the full, as can I. Yeah, I think it's 5 minutes, 56 seconds. Ken Hathaway from Nottingham says, the brain specialist virtually said that he was brain dead, wouldn't have come back from that, sadly. So that's interesting, Ken. And the only question that I would have in addition to that is, did that happen, if he were attended to immediately right after the injury and did the laying out in the snow for 6 hours or 5.5 hours matter? Or was it just, what would it have just happened after that initial blow? So it's really interesting. Sweet Sarah. Yeah, no, that means that she wants to connect with you. And you guys, any of you guys that want to connect on X or Twitter, as we love to call it, you can voice message people on the Twitter app and you can call them. So if you're somebody that is skittish about sharing your phone number, but you're following one another on X, that's what you need to be able to do. You must follow one another. You can voice message and you can make a call right through the Twitter app without sharing your phone number. So that should be noted. Mixed Girl in a mixed up world. Thank you, Mizzy, for all you've done and continue to do for Sandra. And that was for Mizzy. That was for Mizzy. Okay, so here's what Mike L is saying. What I mean by John being a workable arrest at 6 a.m. If he was struck by a vehicle at 12:30 and incapacitated, he would have been dead and frozen by 6 a.m. Therefore, the fact there was no rigor. Interesting. So I think what Mike L is saying there, and Mike, please correct me if I'm incorrect, that had he been struck at 12:30, there would have been rigor by the time 6 a.m. rolled around, and therefore that is indicative that it was a different type of injury. So if you'd like to expound upon that even further, I think the audience and I would like to hear what you have to say. And Sua Sponte says, I am not a lawyer, but I love being a law tuber. Sua Sponte, Latin for of his or her own accord. Right. Yeah. Thank you. That's what they kind of attributed to Bev, right? She dismissed the case sua sponte. Oh, and someone said I sound like I'm from Illinois. Awesome. So it means I got something. I'm going to try to catch up to you guys because I'm way behind. Of his jaw or upper extremities on EMS arrival means it's literally not possible. He was at, oh, wow. Thank you so much, Mike L. Let me give you an amen, sir. Thank you so much for adding to this because, you know, when you don't have like a Nurse Kim on the show and you need people that are professionals in these sort of professions to educate us because we're laypersons. We don't know, you know. Like I said, I'm going to apply for my Twitter law degree from Melanie Little and see if she'll I'll have, you know, say Twitter law degree. Hopefully she'll confer that upon me, maybe for Christmas. Who knows? Scott says if Mass SJC doesn't hand over a decision by the end of tomorrow, well, SJC goes on their winter holiday break, not back in session till after the new year. Wow. And so I'd say the chances are pretty slim, right, Scott? Yes. Yes, Lori Ballou. Mike says Flamati, the lead medic, testified his jaw and upper extremities were able to be moved. Yes, so I see what you're saying. You know what? This is what's really interesting, and this show keeps getting better as we go further into this discussion that we're having tonight. We're now an hour and 7 minutes in, and it gets better because people like you are adding things that we didn't know or didn't think of. And that is why chats like this are necessary, because now we have 155 people watching and everybody just learned something, or, you know, some of you may have known it, but there may be upwards of 75% of us here, including myself, that did not know that. So thank you, Mike L., for adding that. And I'm so happy that you've come to Calling All Beings to give us some perspective and education here. Thank you. SJC is also irritating corruption. Well, I hope you're wrong about that one, but you might be right. Okay, this is the link for Sunday. But if you go on Calling All Beings YouTube, you can click the notification, and it'll let you know and remind you that it's going to be on. So if you're not watching on YouTube right now, and if you are, you can see that it's upcoming. Yeah, I hope that as well, Sherry. That really disappointed me. Again, this woman was a Boston police officer for 5 years before she went to medical school, and basically was like, okay, was in charge of everything at one point, no matter what it was. Goodness gracious. So this is interesting here. Sarah Shock and Horror. Annie Beth definitely is intimidated, but she loved the crash dad. Maybe she did, and there was some other people thought that there was another prosecution witness or somebody that she was swooning over, a little excited by there. Okay. Like I said, I've never done a lot of solo lives. Maybe back in the MMA days I did them. And Now, the reason they're enjoyable now is because of you guys. Otherwise, I wouldn't necessarily do it. SJC is hearing the appeal for whether there's double chip. Right. I'm up with you now. My brain just wasn't there. Yes, sir. I'm gonna try to catch up to you guys because I'm way. Oh, Amber's recovering from a knee. Cat is recovering from knee surgery. Yes, I will. Thank you, Amber, and I will put your YouTube in the show notes for this show because you're cool. And I am more than happy. I would be honored to come and hang out with you. You would be the first free Karen Read content creator to have me on. So you'd be the first one. See, it's funny to say she was little. Yeah. That's funny. I didn't know it was the Crash Daddies, but that's cool. Maybe she wants to date one of the Crash Daddies. If the SJC accepts the appeal, it would be to command Bev to poll the juror in counts 1 and 3, I believe. Yeah, no, you're right. They can't summarily dismiss those counts. They would ask Bev to poll the jury. And to be honest with you, I don't know how you guys feel about this. I don't know that necessarily. I mean, you see how our country is split 50-50. I don't know that everybody would come in there, and you could see McAlbert's getting to one of them. I think Turtle Boy alluded to that the McAlberts know who some of these jurors are and could threaten them. And I am not sure that you would get in a unanimous, even if she polls the jury, even if they originally were unanimous on counts 1 and 3, acquitting on counts 1 and 3. I don't know that you could get that now because I think they could have fear. They could be gotten to. And as Turtle Boy said, you had Chris Albert, you had Brian Albert. They probably know who most of these jurors are by now. So let's say hi to KC. Welcome, KC. I don't know if you've been to Calling All Beings before, but welcome. Bienvenidos, bienvenida. Welcome in. And yes, that would be great. I would love to come and chat with you. I would be honored. I'm always honored to go on anybody's show. So, and just lots of love for Mizzy and the Hizzy. Everybody loves the Mizzy because ain't nobody like the Mizzy. See that? Mizzy, you're a legend. You're a star. You're a star, mate. You are. You're a total star, Mizzy. You are. That's Ken Hathaway from England saying hello to you, Mizzy. He's from Nottingham. I don't know if I could do a Nottingham accent. I'm going to need to learn that one. Charity says, eerie to see the back parking lot. Grass, weeds growing through the cracks, overgrown vegetation. I don't know which back parking lot. And that might be, I got to go and watch the whole video because I haven't seen the whole video. I was really freaked out by the beginning. Really freaked out. Yeah, and I gotta get knee surgery too, Amber. So after the holiday, actually, you guys are gonna laugh. I didn't want to even try to get knee surgery before I came to New York and Massachusetts to see you guys. And so Mizzy and the Hizzy, come and have dinner with us in Dedham, if you can. January 12th, 6:30 p.m. Tavern on the Square in Dedham. So, or I shouldn't say come have dinner with us. That's wrong, Mizzy. Have a meal of food with us so I can meet you. And everybody else wants to meet you. So yeah, I'm going to have knee surgery too. It is no joke, but it's come a long way from years ago. So, you and I will take our rehab seriously when that time comes. Microdots is amazing. Mizzy, tell Microdots that I want to meet him and talk to him and interview him so bad. Talk to Richie for me. Hook me up, girlfriend. Yeah, I didn't see what you guys are talking about. I'm going to have to see the whole thing. And Nina's going to have to let me know what that means, what that's all about, because I'm probably way far behind you guys. Yes. Richie is great. Mizzy, Richie's great, but you are the head of much needed in this movement. All your blood, sweat, and tears, literally, literal tears, plus all the hard work needs to be shown to the world. Sandra will get justice thanks to you. Ain't no about a doubt it, homie. Yeah, oh man, I'm gonna have to watch this whole thing because now I feel like I'm way behind. So Sarah Schockenhauer says, I basically mean she's timid by anyone who's willing to stand up for the truth no matter what. Small answer to a large question. Yeah, no, but I also think your point earlier, Sarah, was salient because she has this thing like Massachusetts is the center of the, and I'm not bagging on your state, guys, because I went to school there. I love Massachusetts. The best year of my entire life was there. I've never had a year like that, I don't think. Even when I was flying in the Air Force, I mean, that should tell you something. So I have, when I see Franklin, I want to move there. Like that's what I think. When I drive through Franklin, I'm like, I want to move into one of these houses and just live here and work at the school. And literally, if I could make the money there that I'm making now, I would do that. That's how strongly I feel about Massachusetts. But Bev acts like you should bow at the foot of Massachusetts if you're Alan Jackson, or probably how she's going to treat Bob Alessi. So anyway. I work for medical insurance, but the EMTs testified that they estimated there was a 10% chance John O'Keefe could be saved. All right, so that was my really bad attempt. I hope Christine's not here. That was my bad attempt at Scouser, because we had a Scouser in here last week. Maybe I should do that. Try Scottish for that. Let me see. Man, I don't do that. Scottish. Man, the Scottish, it's so hard to get it started. Once I get it started, because I was practicing Scottish for you guys, listening to a motorcycle podcast, and there's a Scottish and an Irish host of that podcast for motorcycle racing. One dancing show others love and respect if they can't follow the beat. I can follow the beat, girlfriend. It's just a matter of, thank you for all the love, Kat. I'll definitely let you know you're thinking of her. Mizzy in the Hizzy says, Nina, just sadness, but I felt something in another location. You will see where and my reaction. I don't want to give it away. So we all got to watch that video that Richie did and watch. I need to watch it in totality and see what happens with Mizzy, the superstar. And let's see if we can judge where she was emotionally affected. I can't wait to see this, Mizzy. I'm probably going to call you after I see it. And I haven't talked to you in a while anyway. So thanks, Amber. I do think of you both. I'm not on any other social media to leave private messages. Yeah, that kind of, I understand that, Shauna. But I can say this to you, Shauna. Twitter can be what you want it to be. If you want it to be a positive place where you connect with people, it can and is that. If you want to click on and engage with negativity, trolls, political bullshit that's on there, you can also do that. I have a good experience on Twitter because if somebody pisses me off, and those situations are rare, I mute them. I don't even block. And so you might say to me, DJ, why don't you block? Somebody type that in the chat. The reason I don't block, and in some cases I have, generally speaking, the reason I don't is because you have seen content creators and Twitter peeps that when someone blocks them, they will screenshot that block message and go, oh, look, this person blocked me. They can't take a dialogue with me. But if I mute them, I don't see any of their tweets and I don't care what they say. So if I mute them, even if they're tweeting at me, I don't know it and I don't care. and they'll just go away. But if I block them, they can celebrate that with a screenshot. So there you go. No, it's all deserving, Mizzy. That's why. That's the reason why. Would love to chat with you, Amber. My stars. So I want to. That's kind of like my Beatles one. Amen. Although I didn't think I paused the stream during your prayer. No, I didn't. I just, there are things, people have said things to me, Sarah, or I'll feel like a certain emotion, like I wanted to pass on some respect and love and thank you to Mizzy for what she's done. And so that's the way I do it. It's kind of weird, but that's what I do. Yeah. Yeah, I've always felt that since the first time I ever saw Mizzy on there. You're right. Sadly, both medical experts didn't elaborate if it could have been saved after the initial attack. They got medical help. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of conjecture, but I would take what any of these medical people say more than what I say. I am so far behind you guys. There's a saying we have in the Air Force when there's things happening in the airplane when you're doing a mission or a tactical mission and you're behind the airplane and things are happening and you're not on point ready to engage in the next phase of whatever we're doing. And they'll say, man, you're behind the airplane. You're way behind. You need to be way out in front of the airplane, not behind. Shauna says, I'm so glad we had this time together. Remember DJ who sang that DJ? I'm so glad we had this time. I don't know that jingle, but I would like to know. Now, forgive me. That is also what I think happened, brother. Sadly. I'm going to scroll down because I'm so far behind you guys that I will never get caught up with you. Okay. Yeah, thank you. This show's not about me, though. Oh, Carol Burnett? Oh, wow. What a legend Carol Burnett is. And Land Pirate. Oh, so this is Adam. Hi, Adam. How are you? Welcome. And let's see, right, DJ, such brutal things. To appeal to me, but that's a good thought. Can be what you want it to be. Thoughts create things. Choose the good ones. Yes. Yeah, I think you're talking about Twitter right there. Yeah. Yeah. That's correct. I fight my battles on X. I don't block or anything because everyone is entitled to their opinion. But if you come and disrespect people, yeah. Yeah, Nina's tough, man. I would not want to mess with this girl. She is a badass woman. But yeah, I don't get in too many battles on there. If people are just really stupid, I just ignore them. And if you haven't heard this, and not that you all need to follow what I'm doing, but it's been very effective in dealing with trolls. And that is that I ignore them. And if they tweet at me, I mute them. And they tweet again, and they tweet again, and they tweet again, and I don't answer them. And a lot of my colleagues, these people whom I do love and respect because we all can have a difference of opinion, when you answer them, you automatically, you don't think you're doing this, but you're adding importance to what they've said. But if I don't answer them, they wonder if I care what they think because they're like, man, he must not care what I think because he's not answering me. And they can tweet at me 5 more times and I don't answer. And they go, well, I guess he doesn't care what I think. And I'm not getting to him. So the goal that they had in mind to get to me, that goal was foiled. It failed. Whereas if I answer them, they know they got to me. You might say, well, I had to come back and I answered them and I told them, man, I said it. Doesn't matter what you say. They know when you answer these trolls back, they know you care what they said. With me, I don't answer them back and they go, damn it, DJ won't answer me. He must not think my words are important. You're right. I don't. don't think your words are important, whether it's Kate or one of these other schmucks or Kevin or whomever. Their words don't mean anything to me. If they start tweeting at me, they could both start tweeting at me tomorrow, and make 15 tweets at me tomorrow, and I wouldn't answer any of them. And they could just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And I'll let their fingers get arthritis, but I'm not going to answer them back. So take that for what it's worth. It works very well for me when we were dealing with trolls. And here is Britt from Aldi. Britt, if you would, please, can you get me a carton of oat milk? And if they have the fettuccine Alfredo, the instant, if you could grab me one of those, please. The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. Ooh! Wow. 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 I love it. I love it. That is great. Oh my God. Amber, I can't wait to come on with you. And you want me to tell you why? Not only because you invited me, but second, because you're clearly a lot smarter than I am. So there you go. Oh, I wish Whitney Nina Rasmus always thinking so. Oh yeah, man. She's a badass girl, man. That's all I got to say. Yeah, that's how we do it, Grandma Bell. That is how we do it. I don't let them. They're not in here. Oh, Ernie Birdie's here. I haven't seen Ernie Birdie in a minute. In life, you see special people. They admit a light of bravery and fortitude. Yeah. I've ascribed that to Turtle Boy a lot of times because of his bravery in dealing with this. Got 18 indictments against him. Ernie Birdie, welcome. Hello, and welcome back. I don't know how long it's been since I've seen you, but welcome back. It's a pleasure to have you in here. So awesome. You guys are all kinds of awesome. And yeah, Britt happens. That is in the Aldi run. That's going to happen tonight. Britt, please, the oat milk. Yeah, let's see. The fettuccine Alfredo instant version and maybe some tilapia fillets, if you please. Melanie, I don't know if I'm full empath, but I'm super in tune with my tuition. Yeah, I think I have some empathic abilities too, but probably not what Mizzy has. Because Mizzy's a damn legend, Holmes. Yeah. Thank you, Ken. She is a legend. All right. I think it's about, yeah. To Sherry Dizzle. All right. I think it's about time to, that's what's up right there. Thank you, Curious Wendy. That's what I always say, Wendy. All right. I think it's about time to shut it down. So, any final thoughts from the chat before we close it out for tonight? And I go make a, let's see, Garden of Life, Power Greens, banana, and peanut butter shake. Hey, brother, man. All right, so if this is Adam, are you in Australia? Yeah, so, let's connect on, Adam, let me know how to connect with you. Is it going to be on Twitter DM? And just let me know what you want to do. If I believe you want to talk UFOs, and it would be an honor and a pleasure to speak with you. So let me, who connected us? I think we're connected on Signal. So, all right, I will signal you, Adam. Let me know if you would signal me what's a good time to talk to you. Oh, you're in Oregon. Okay, great. Okay, well, we're on Signal. So I'll signal you and let's talk. Thank you for wanting to connect with me, Adam. Namaste. And now that my throat is about toast, and thank you everybody for coming in tonight and And finally, we got into some really good dialogue, Mike L. and company, about what's going on with the medical aspect and how rigor would have set in. And wow, it's really awesome, man. What an amazing chat you are. So thank you, Mizzy, for coming in, having a superstar in here. Never hurts, because it makes everybody kind of go, wow, Mizzy's here, and you deserve that title. And really, truth be told, every one of you, every one of you is a star, from me, which is why we're doing this dinner the way we're doing it, that everybody's a star, because everybody is pitching in and we're all feeding off each other. Because if you didn't have anyone to chat with about this, then you wouldn't be able to do what it is that you're doing. And you need people to collab with. And so we're all collabing together on this. So thank you so much to all of you for coming in tonight and making an amazing night for us. And please, if you put in the comments things that you want to cover, if you on these sort of midweek solo episodes, oh yeah, Adam, everybody raves about Adam, so we gotta I gotta connect with a brother. I'm gonna send you, Adam, I'll send you a message after this. My voice is about toast right now, as you can tell. But I'm gonna send you a message so that we can connect. But yeah, just let me know what you want to hear on these what you want to hear on these chats, and we'll keep going with it. And it's just a pleasure to interact with all of you. You would think MSP and other Leos in the area would clean up their acts, knowing the world. That's one of the fascinating things that you just brought up there, Seize the Day. And that is that, she is at Miss Jessica NB on X, at Miss Jessica November Bravo on X. That's the interesting thing, is they feel that they're impervious. They feel that nothing can touch them. And they feel that they can just continue doing what they're doing, and nobody will attack them for it, and they won't be held to account. And that's why it's imperative that the Fed step in, because that will send a message. That's the only thing that will send a message to the brother officers that this won't fly, is that, hi, Janine Campbell, thank you. The only way that will resonate with them, that this shit isn't going to fly, pardon my language, is by them arresting somebody and making an example of a myriad of people here. Thank you, Adam, because you also brought positive vibes here. And we're going to connect, and we're going to get together and hang out and talk about whatever you want to talk about. Okay? Thank you very, very much, Adam. Thank you. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. On behalf of the Calling All Beings mods, we're talking about Jules, Sherry D, Kelly, Real Irish, Miss Jessica and Beezy. We're going to have Nathan on, the co-creator of CAB, in a couple of weeks, with Grace from Dream Feed Media. That's going to be 21 December. We have the Listener Roundtable this week. We have the sexiest man from Canton, Massachusetts, John Como, next weekend. So, and then the weekend after that, you guys are going to get to meet Nathan. And I want to tell you this before you guys sign off. I want to tell you this. Hi, Orland Dog 317. Look at that beautiful dog. Speaking of which, I'm going to Orlando next week for work, so I'm gonna be there. I want to tell you guys this. Yes, I've had John on before, Adam. He was dope, man. Nathan, if you've never, most of you outside of Julie don't know who Nathan is. Nathan is so dope. He is one of the most brilliant, thoughtful, unique individuals I've ever met in my life. So Grace from Dreamfeed Media is going to be on as our guest, and Nathan will be co-hosting, and you don't want to miss, irrespective of how amazing Grace is, because that's why we invited Grace on, because she's amazing. Nathan is amazing. I am not amazing. There's nothing amazing about me. I'm just a chucklehead that comes on here, a talking head. Nathan is amazing. So you really are going to want to hear that episode. And as well you should. Nathan is, I'm going to put it here Nathan is at A Wave Soul on X. He is an amazing thinker and orator, many times greater orator and thinker and intellect than I am. Sidebar and Grill, welcome back. It's so nice to see you. You guys are so awesome, man. Clerk Jim, what's up, Clerk? She is amazing. I've shared a couple emails with Grace. She just blows you away, man. I mean, I just love it. It's wonderful. So, thank you, everybody. I'm sorry you're here so late, sidebar, but we will catch you guys. Oh, so next week I'll be in Orlando. I don't know if I can do Rocker Chick. Thank you. I don't know if you've been in here before, but welcome, Rocker Chick. It's nice to meet you. I know Janine Kampa has been here. Thank you for being here. And thank you. It's very, very kind of you to say that. I'm going to be in Orlando next week for work. We'll endeavor to bring my computer and meet up with you. So I think that's what I'll do is one of those nights in Orlando, I will endeavor to bring the computer to the hotel and do an episode, and maybe we can get on it for and just chat about whatever the hell's going on here for like 45 minutes or an hour if you guys want. Maybe there'll be something for us to talk about, or we'll just kick around whatever's there. So on behalf of all the mods, on behalf of Nathan and the other members of Calling All Beings, and all of you in Free Karen Read Nation that make this worth doing, thank you so much, Jim. I'm really just a chucklehead. I'm really just, I thank you. I'm just honored that people coming on here and talking with me. So peace out. One love. We'll see you down the road. We'll see you Sunday, as Jessica said, and we'll always wonder what's up around the bend.